Pisces season has just begun, and two of the baddest Pisces motherfuckers are here to bring it to you. Welcome to another episode.
We here.
Of the Inner Circle podcast. I am your host, Charlie, with friend of the show. Get familiar. Johanny and our girlfriend, our best girlfriend, will be on in just a little bit with us. She'll be joining us, so don't you fret, Melody lovers. She will be on with us in a few, but it's our season, and it feels because we've been celebrating, and because we are like February Pisces, that it just feels like we've been celebrating, but Pisces season just began. So let's catch up. How was your birthday? How was your, how was Puerto Rico? How was all the things?
Well, birthday, fabulous. It started off like really great, but like a true Pisces, there's always some drama. Drama is in our middle name. You get your little highs, your little lows, but I think it was fabulous. I had a nice solo trip, and I think my outlook right now is that, I was solo, but I wasn't really solo. I was with God. Like, I'm a true firm believer in a higher power, and I just took the time to self-reflect. I did go to La Placita because, that's my pueblo. I love Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico runs through my veins. And so I had a great time. It was giving fabulous. Puerto Rico is just a time. I have a nice little caramel color since coming back. So feeling real alive, feeling real well, great. And you know what? We celebrate Pisces season all long. My birthday is the whole entire Pisces season. I do not stop celebrating.
Yeah,
So
yes.
if you got a Pisces in your life, just know that celebrate them the entire season. It don't matter. I know you was away. How was your little vacation? You being away?
Listen, I have to say that thank you, Mother Nature. Thank you, God, for y'all sitting up there and having a kiki about what was gonna happen with me. Because due to work, I took vacation, during, in the line of work I had a winter break. So it was a week before my birthday. So I did that. I obliged, and I'm like, okay, I get it, because it looks funny, like having a week winter break and then then taking a whole week for my own birthday. So that's like 2 full weeks. So it's like it looks funny, but again, God, we make plans and God laughs, because as you know, the NYC blizzard happened, and I literally, but not by choice, dead ass not by choice. They canceled our flights like I figured. I just didn't think we wouldn't have a flight out till Wednesday night. And literally, I got home Thursday morning. Like, so, I had a little extra time. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy because old Charlie. Listen, one thing about this birthday, and I know it's gonna sound very cliche. People are gonna be like, "Oh, here he goes. He turned this age, and now he's like Gandhi or what thing." But there's something that just stirs up in you, and you're gonna find this out too. You already most likely feeling it as you're about to enter your 30s. But once you enter your 30s, you're gonna feel. Trust me, and bookmark this. You're gonna start feeling a level of confidence and different mindset, and that's just your 30s. Me, 40, I already feel it, and this being the year of the horse, like it said it after like February, things were gonna. And Johanna, when I tell you there's a difference in me, there's something stirring up, which I've been praying to God. I'm like, God, I don't know what this is, but it feels good.
That's right, Clarity.
It feels good the way I'm thinking about things, the way I'm like, just everything going on and what I'm figuring out in life and what I want. It's like I know what I want, what I'm not gonna deal with. There's just so much things overall in every category aspect of my life. When I tell you this, it's weird but I'm loving this empowerment. I'm loving it, and I've been talking to God daily about it. I'm like,
Well, you
I
know,
know what's
they
stirring
say
up in me.
we God's favorite sign. They do say we are God's favorite sign.
Listen. You know what? You know they've been hating on us, us Pisces and how we celebrate ourselves. But let's not call, let's not be a Leo and say we're the favorite or a Capricorn, because you know
Mm,
Capricorn.
no, we are no. It's actually we are the favorite. I've read it a couple of times. They say we the favorite sign. We the
Well,
favorite.
listen, they do say, listen, if we're gonna talk a little bit of shit right now, it's gonna be these two Pisces. That is our season. They do say when you think about it and you really study astrology. I'm not saying I am a god, like know everything astrology. I'm enthralled by it, and I just continue reading and learning. But they do, Pisces is the last sign, as you guys know, astrological year wise, because we think about the year January 1st, but like this, it's beyond just January 1st. They think about the Chinese New Year, etc.
Right.
So astrology, the last astrology sign is Pisces. It ends with Pisces. So Pisces, when you really study astrology, is the wisest, the oldest, because it starts with Aries, the baby. Think about it. If you get into it, it really explains it. You don't have to like delve so much into it, where it's like easy as 1, 2, 3 for you to understand. And then it ends with Pisces. And they also say us Pisces are a little bit of each sign.
Yes.
So, we have a little bit of everything. And I could see that too. I could see that in many ways. So listen, I didn't say we're God's favorites. This guy said it, but
Yes, we are. Yes. Listen, they say right now Pisces. This season specifically is gonna be a breakthrough for Pisces. So all you Pisces out there who feel kind of just like shit is rocky, know that your season of breakthrough is right now. Right now, the year of the horse is supposed to be the Pisces year. So let's see what they say.
let's see. But I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good, and I'm seeing the signs and trusting the universe, the man above, because I've been seeing the signs from early on in January. How things are ramping up, and I've been keeping things under wrap, because that's another thing going into this year that I feel like I want to talk less and just show when the time is right.
That's my motto this
And
year. Boca
gag,
cerrada. Boca cerrada.
and just gag. Yep. So with that said, yeah, El Salvador was great. I know I went off on a little tangent there about how I'm feeling thing, but I had to speak about it, especially during our season, and coming off this trip. But El Salvador was great. The weather was amazing. We got to do so many cool things. I hiked the Santa Ana volcano, which is like one of the top things to do over there. I love a challenge. I love hiking. I've always been like active, and I love to challenge myself. And I did that. And at first, before we even began, like I started feeling like, yo, am I out of shape? Is it because I'm about to hit 40? But as we went on, the tour guy said that at the beginning where we were at, he was like, if you felt a little weird, it's because of the altitude, blah, 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 where we started going up. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. It's not me just getting, no, but overall, after that little initial hump, I was like, I'm like, you still got it, Charlie. You still got it. And I got all the way up there, and it was amazing. The views. Did Cafe Albania. If anyone ever goes to Salvador, Cafe Albania is a must. It's like a few different cool things to do, like whether it's zip lining or like this little swing thing that lets you go and you swim back and forth. It's a little scary, but cute and picturesque. There's a lot of few things. There's 2 slides. Cafe Albania is really dope. Check that out. And just visited some of the local towns, and like it's so cheap. It's so cheap.
We
Food.
like you.
I was blown. Like I went to like, and it reminds me of Puerto Rico a little bit. I love to travel because you connect things that look like things or are connected, and that's one of the beauties of traveling. So I was shocked because I went to this like store, which kind of like we call it bodega, but it's like la tienda, like the little, huts, right attached to your family's house. And I went to one and I was blown by all the things I got. And then it was like this much. And I'm like, you would think like, oh shit, it's like we hit the lottery, but it's like, what the hell? This in the States will cost like over
So
50.
it was given rich gal in El Salvador, rich gal.
Listen, it was a good time. The weather was perfect. The sunsets is what I wanted. I wanted to be by the water this year. Zen, grounded. It's everything I wanted. It's everything I wanted. I had a good time. It was a good time.
Right? What's with Pisces and the beach? I was at the beach on my birthday. So clock it for Pisces.
Yeah, it was a must thing, but something I did on my actual birthday, which is very geeky of me, but at the same time, 30 years ago, I became a Scream fan when the first movie came out. I went to see, besides a nice, beautiful dinner I had, I went to see Scream 7. That was like one of the things I wanted to do on my birthday, and it smashed records. Out of all Scream 7 movies, it has become the highest grossing for the opening weekend at 64.1 million just in the United States. I'm just domestically. So that's amazing. It beats the last Scream's numbers by a few million. And it's just incredible. It's incredible. Although I went to see it, and as a Scream, as I'm a huge fan. It's one of my favorite movies, obviously. And I went to see it on my birthday. I do have to say I enjoyed it, but I was underwhelmed with the killers. I think at the end of the day, I had some days to let it marinate. Like, what was it for me that I was like, I was happy to see it. It was cool, but I still left like, and it was just, I was underwhelmed by the killers and like the motives. I'm like, oh, it felt like they were grasping for air. I'm like, yeah, I could have had like a killer with better motives or titled bigger. My opinion. I don't know if you ever got into any of the Scream movies.
I do like the franchise. I haven't seen it just yet. I was planning on going to Hot Topic, picking me up the little merch, and making a whole little thing out of it because I definitely grew up with Scream. So that was something that I grew up with. And one of the girls from Friends, I always forget her name, but I just
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox, there you go. She's like one of my like favorite people. She's always on my vision board. Like her aesthetic, her look, her vibe. So I'm gonna be seeing it really soon. So I definitely understand the concept. I know the controversy for the last one, so I am curious to see the new direction that they decided to take now that the two young ladies are in there, and so they couldn't show that story. So maybe that's why you feel in the way you feel, because the last one had a specific story already. So it's kind of like there was no ending to that really, and they left us with a cliffhanger, and now you just a whole new story. So I'm excited to see it. So I'm hoping, to have a little different perspective because I'm really excited. I want to be with the little pink Scream cup from Hot Topic acting like a bird because I'm going to be going on.
No, I was upset because when I went, I went to a specific one, a specific movie theater, Regal, because they had like the collector's popcorn and like drink, and it was sold out. It was like sold out. I'm like, damn it, I wanted it. I would definitely would have bought it. It was my damn birthday. So, but they were like sold out. So I'm like, fuck. But oh no, listen, I still enjoyed it. Obviously, there's definitely gonna be a Scream 8 after this, like for sure. 64.1. It already made its money back. The budget was like in the 40s. So, and this is just domestically 64.1. So we'll definitely see a Scream 8. I seen a post yesterday that made my ass. I was just like dying laughing. I'm going to be posting it on the Inner Circle podcast page. So follow us and check that out. It made me laugh because it's so true. I could see it going like, think Jamie Lee Curtis on Halloween. We're gonna see fucking Sydney Prescott fighting for her grandchildren in like 10 years.
Yes, you are, because They just kept it going and kept it going. But it's really a story that I think you could keep going. Because
Yeah,
it's not
I
always
love it.
someone could take some, it's a new identity that could take over the mask. Who's taking over
Mhm.
the mask this time? And I
But
just
just
like
make it,
the overlap.
but just make it makes. I don't want to say much, but just make it for me. I agree, but just make it make sense and make the reasoning like, ooh, like believable. I don't want to say much because I don't want to spoil it. It was just opening weekend, and one
I'm
of the
gonna say
reasons. Hmm?
I'm gonna say something controversial. You know, the white people just be killing just to be killing. So you know they wasn't gonna have a good reason. It's white people. It's white on white crime. It's white on white crime. So they don't. There's no real reason. They just want to wah 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 for no reason. There's no
Yeah,
controversy.
yeah. So, but definitely watch it. Definitely, it's good. And then also when you think you know, because I thought, well, I was half right. I'll just put that. But from the beginning, I thought it was two specific ones right away. But it wasn't what I thought. But I was still half right. So I'm gonna let you watch it and the people watch it. All in all, we definitely gonna see a Scream 8, and I'm excited because I would once you got me as a fan, I'm always going to support the franchise. So, but let's get into this America's Next Top Model documentary. Me and Melanie got into it a little bit. I want to hear your thoughts. So take it away.
Huh. When you guys had me watch it, because I really wasn't gonna support it. I'm not a huge fan of like Tyra Banks and what Tyra Banks brings to like the table. Just because of a lot of like the things that she stands for in beauty, and I'm all about being yourself and being your true identity, and showing that part of fashion. And fashion is a one size fit all, and so I wasn't really gonna support it per se. So I ended up watching it, and boy, oh boy, do I have a lot to say about. Forget Tyra. Production is messy, and in this business, production is always going to be messy. And I think that how dare they have something going on during Black History Month to put down, how am I going just to put down uh, a black woman? Because not for nothing, the way they painted Tyra Banks, I really didn't like. And I like once again, I say it, like I'm not a huge fan of her. She's not really big in my book. But they just painted a really nasty narrative. And then, as far as kind of just like the judges that were working with her, I was never really big fans of them either. So then, just watching them, I just seen a different narrative, and just production is messy. It's just giving a professional version of Zeus and how the narrative was painted, and then you got all these people crying. I got to watch the interview of Eve that Eve gave, or
Eva.
Eva Marcel. She
Mm.
gave an interview saying how her experience was different. So I got to like take a deep dive, and I'm just like, just why paint this narrative during Black History Month? It just didn't sit well with me. They could have kept this and maybe worked on it a little bit more and created or developed the actual documentary and show what Homegirl's doing now and how she's changing from that, because obviously that's not Tyra Banks anymore. She's a lot more body positive and all of that now. So can we move on? Can we forgive? Can we forget? Why are we bringing it here now? Like,
Well, to your point too, I seen an interview with Carlos King with Cara, and she spoke about her experiences, and it wasn't necessarily the same either as some of those girls. So where I've seen a lot of people are like, yo, this doesn't look good, and even myself, like even a trench coat, the choice of even the wardrobe, I had people thinking, and even myself, I'm like, why the trench coat, Tyra? Like, is she like what is her thinking? But with that being said, why not? A lot of people are also, where I see a lot of negativity, I also see a lot of people saying, why did we not hear from people like Eva Marcel, Takara, Yaya DaCosta, Winnie Harlow, some people who have a freaking career And listen, Takara was seventh place. And look, she's gone on and still relevant beyond many of those girls. So I get it. Like, why didn't we see a fair balance? I'm as a Pisces, and what is it? Libra moon. I'm always very balanced, and I see both sides. So I would have loved to hear and see both sides and in the documentary as well. Melanie, what do you think?
So, hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. I watched the documentary on the flight, and I first of all was gagged, gooped, and was kind of like, I'm not shocked because I have heard that Tyra, has been a little bit problematic throughout the years. Listen, I love Tyra down. I've always been a Victoria's Secret angel girl. I worked in Victoria's Secret for 4 years myself. However, I used to watch America's Next Top Model with my sister, and we used to like watch it religiously on UPN. And I understand where you guys are coming from in the sense of like they did Tyra dirty, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of the models or like wanting to be models got exploited. I agree with you, Joanny. The producers did do them dirty, but also like Tyra Banks is an executive producer, so like her acting like she didn't know what was going on is bullshit, first and foremost. Secondly, they did things for shock value, because if you think about all the other shows that were happening and like relevant around that time were very dramatic reality TV shows. So rather than them just focusing on like how the girls were going to be, successful, they also wanted to have drama. Um, I feel like the reason why they didn't include Eva the Diva and Takara and like any of the popular ones is because if you watch them now or you hear their interviews throughout the years, they always have good things to say about Tyra because they actually knew what to do with the exposure that they were given, the little sprinkle of exposure. Whereas the girls that got made an example of, or like basically didn't get to win because, let's be real, there is a couple of girls on there that won that even and I'm not, I'm a female. I love women, but like even I was like, I don't think you should have won. You're not giving model. Your pictures don't give what it should give. It never gave editorial. It always gave commercial. A lot of the commercial girls that won didn't go far, if you think about it. So I don't know. Even her choice, like, yes, you're right, Charlie. The trench coat was giving Inspector Gadget. The fact that she lives in Australia is so strange to me, like of all places. She also like got up and like left. Like she just decided to like up and leave. So I don't know, but I'm curious to see the other reality TV show documentary that's coming out to see
Janice Dickinson.
Yeah, Janice Dickinson, she's an Aquarius. We have the same birthday. That bitch does not play.
Same birthday.
Isn't her birthday February 17? Yeah, it is.
As you?
Yes, her birthday is in Aquarius. So,
but listen, I did not to interrupt you, but when I started watching the show from the beginning as well, and I like Janice. She was controversial. I always didn't agree with some things. I'm like, damn, bitch, she didn't have to be that mean. Like, but she still added an element that I didn't hate her either. You know how there's some mean girls like, not to divert Kenya Moore, where I couldn't stand that bitch like before. But Janice, in that panel, in that setting, I don't know. It was like a balance, necessary evil.
Well, also, Janice Dickinson knows editorial. I'm sorry. I know Tyra from being a Victoria's Secret angel and like Sports Illustrated and stuff. She never gave like high-end fashion. Yes, she's walked the runway of many like famous designers and stuff, but she's not. There's Tyra, there's Naomi Campbell, and she was not giving. The closest thing to Naomi Campbell would be Janice Dickinson. I think Janice Dickinson's like personality overshadowed her repertoire and her resume, but that bitch has accolades. The last thing I want to say, because
Bodies.
yeah, the last thing I want to say is that justice for the two J's. Jay Emanuel and Miss J would not. First of all, that show catapulted their careers, but also Tyra would be shit. The show would be shit if it wasn't for them too. So the fact that she, did them dirty, and like Miss J was going through her health issues and stuff, and like basically quietly, because I didn't know about that. That's really sad and traumatic. And yeah, I don't know. Nigel, I like him, but at the same time, Nigel, you were a little dickhead as well. You didn't protect the girls either, so I'm side eyeing him too.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone should
It's
be
a
on
show, and
the
at the end of the day, they're all gonna put on for a show. They want their job, but I'll say this: like any job out there, big, small, in between, whatever, like any job out there, you want the job, right? You get the job. You do what you got to do. You try to impress the bosses. You try to stay up there to keep getting recognized and keep getting accolades and hopefully move up. But there comes a point where, like with some jobs, you start questioning your integrity and you see how people move. And you think to yourself, do I want to move like that? Is this how I want to be? And so on and so forth, because we see it. Not every big bosses or managers that we have had integrity and moved the right way. Like I could go back to people telling me like, oh, you got to hire cute people. You know what I mean? When I worked retail as a store manager. So, at some point you start questioning your integrity and do I want to move this way? So I could see that just like in any other job, and with them too. Yeah, they may have acted and been complicit in the moment and had their dick moments, but they had an aha moment sooner than others. So all in all, it's been the last 2 weeks has been a doozy, and someone who likes to be in the comments just reading and sometimes just laughing his ass off from what people say. It's been a lot. And even as I listen to all the podcasts and stuff, to hear so many other people pick this up and talk about it, it's been interesting to see the different perspectives all in all. But that's our take on America's Next Top Model. Maybe we'll touch on it when we see the other side on E. But let's talk Traitors, a show that's current, a show that so far has no big drama. It is just fun to watch. Traitors, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you haven't watched Traitors yet, Traitors has a winner, and I said winner singular. This is the second time in history that one singular winner wins the show, and the crown goes to and golf claps to Rob. Look what it did. The whole thing, was it someone I was going for? No. I also I love my growth, because even with the conniving bullshit he did that would have pissed me off back in the day, now I'm like, listen, it was a good gameplay, because at the end of the day, it's just a game. So, Melanie, I know you watch it. I don't know, Johan, if you watch Traitors. Melanie, you watch Traitors. I know you watched it that night because we both said, oh, we have to watch the finale.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? And Moira, really quick before you get into the thoughts, Moira, horrible, an example of a bitch who would just follow a pretty boy.
Yeah, I said that she's male-centered. Maura Higgins, she said it herself. She looks like a fool, or she is a fool. There's a lot of people that go into that show and sign up and don't do their research. Sometimes that works out for you, sometimes it doesn't. This game didn't.
You didn't know. She had no idea.
As far as Rob R winning, I'm proud of him. I think that he went the distance. I think he played a really good game, very strategic, very smart. And also you could tell that he wasn't trying to plot and scheme. He genuinely felt bad. And even in the reunion, you could tell like he's still not like comfortable saying that he won and that he's a traitor. The Faithfuls this season did a terrible job.
Exactly.
They did a terrible job, and I was rooting for a traitor to win. Let's be real. I feel like the two people that I wanted to win, to be honest, were Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski, but everyone was against them. And it goes to show if me and you were to be at in the Traitors, we would be the first ones that they would look at because everyone feels a way about like friends. It's so annoying.
But with that being said, they played a horrible game too. And yeah, when it dwindled, did I want them to win? Yeah, good versus good because I didn't like the way Rob turned on some of his fellow traders. That's
Yeah.
my thing. It's not I could go for a trader, but I want to see how you move as a trader. And what he did to his fellow traders so early on, that's what I didn't like and I thought was sneaky. So that's why I wasn't like rooting for him per se. But with that being said, these faithfuls were stupid because Candace dropped the breadcrumbs too. It's funny how they picked up what he was putting down in regards to Lisa Renna, but they didn't pick up what Candace. And then towards the end, I was like, but think about what Candace said. You idiot should have focused on that very early on to the end. So I know you say you wanted Johnny Weir and Tyler Pisky to win. At that point, yes, I wanted the lesser of two evils, but at the same time, I'm like, good for y'all idiots because y'all should have caught on way early on with the Candace thing.
True.
Joanne, do you watch the Traitors? Have you heard of it?
I know I just not something that I gotten into, but it sounds interesting, so I might go ahead and take a look. It's just the game shows don't do it for me no more.
No more. Well, listen, I'm a gamer. I've always loved the games. I go back to the challenge days, I still follow the challenge. And the day I don't want to put this out to the universe, but the day the challenge stops, I'm like, it's gonna be a sad day for me, but I love gaming. I love the game shows. I love gaming, and it's my type of show. It's a good show. It's a good show. So, all in all, listen, good season, but the Faithfuls didn't have a good gameplay this season. That's all I have to say about that.
They did not.
But to finalize and wrap up our show talk over here, Real Housewives of Potomac aired the last part 3 reunion this past Sunday, where we got more into Wendy's legal impending troubles or current troubles going on in regards to fraud and so on. Karen joined this part, and I have feelings about that. And Giselle didn't get a package. Loud message, no one is safe. Melanie, did you watch part 3 reunion? What were your thoughts about the last part and the season overall?
So I think that this reunion should have just been a 2-parter. I don't think that there needed to be a 3rd part.
No, I do think so, though.
I feel that we got as much from Wendy and her the information and everything going on as much as we could. I'm glad that Karen came out. However, I do feel that Karen has this air like, I'm here, the show's not going to end, or the show's not going to stop. I don't know. I didn't feel a sense of humility coming from her. And I almost feel like she was, when someone is gloating and like they're like, I've been there, I'm speaking from experience, Wendy XYZ. You shouldn't be talking because you can't even admit that you're a fucking alcoholic. That's 1. 2, Giselle not having a package screams volumes, and basically it just confirms that she shouldn't be on the show anymore. The word on the street is not the word on the street anymore. No one cares. Ashley, you've been a mean girl. You got picked on for all these seasons, and now you think because you've been around for this long and now you got a divorce package that you can be a bitch to people too? No, she needs to go. Kay, with the whole situation with Monique, Stacey, and Kay being involved, that was unnecessary. I'm sorry. I know that you're a big Monique fan, but like that blew up in your face because as soon as the reunion aired, you went on your stories to say, hey, by the way, Stacey had nothing to do with the whole Chris Samuels thing. Why even mention it? Why even make it a storyline? I feel like a lot of the storylines were forced. I feel like if Angel, the newbie Angel, didn't have her, if she had her shit together with the trip to Colorado, with any of the things that she did that they all gave her pushback for, there literally wouldn't have been a season. This would have been like a joke. So I wasn't really fond or really cared this season for Potomac. Hopefully, they do a switcheroo and bring new blood because the way that these people have no storylines, it's like, why are you even here? Why are you on my screen?
I don't think they're gonna bring a new blood crop of people. Obviously, Karen's back. I think we're gonna see. For my prediction for next season, we're gonna see a majority of them. Angel, I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Angel,
I don't
I'm
even
not
think
sure.
Angel's husband wants her to come
Jazzy,
back.
I'm sure she's out. Jazzy, I'm sure she's out unless
She is
something
out.
else happens.
She just posted that she got fired.
Oh, she just posted it. Oh,
Yeah.
so breaking. Listen, I didn't even know that. Thank you, girl, for the breaking news. And hallelujah, because I felt like she was a reacher too. With that being said, speaking of reaching, I feel to piggyback on what you said about Karen's humility. I didn't feel the humility. Like she came back very hot and heavy. And it's like, girl,
Yeah.
calm down. You know you're already gonna be on next season. The fact that we and I say we because Bravo is the people. We are the people that keep the Bravo going and y'all going. We get it. We gave you your little special as a season finale. The cameras picked up. Clearly, you're coming back next season. You don't have to do all that extraness. You could have came a little more humble to humanize yourself more and maybe gain some people that you've lost. But you came a little too hot, and I am in no way a Wendy Osefo fan like that. I never was. Like I never hated her, but I never was a fan either. I feel like she's reaching with Wendy.
She does have a vendetta towards Wendy. I feel like she put her problems with Wendy on pause while she was in jail, and then she pressed play. Well, yeah.
Remember, she left out the package last season.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like she had a vendetta towards her. Obviously couldn't act on it because she wasn't in the season, and now she's pressing play. I personally feel like I did like that Karen came back, but at the same time, she gave us nothing. As far as Wendy goes, Wendy is doing a lot of talking. She needs to chill out because I know that she's saying all the things that are already out there, but at the same time, when you're in a legal battle, the prosecutors are always going to ask you the same questions 100 times. You have to answer correctly 100 times because that one time that you get it wrong, they're going to use it against you. Breaking news, they just said that they're delaying the case and that they're going to try and charge, I guess, well, not charge, but it's going to be separate cases with Wendy and her husband. Mm-hmm. So that should be interesting. It's giving Teresa and Joe Giudice vibes.
Mm-hmm. And it's really giving that, but the difference between the two, Teresa, I truly believe Teresa she was oblivious and dumb to it, didn't know what was going on. I truly believe that. And Joe was just trying to please his wife and just did shady shit. Mm-hmm. He's kind of not the bright. There's street smart people, but they're not the brightest bulb.
Yeah,
so, I mean, that and trying to do a lot of scheming for the up and up.
Yeah, they're trying to keep up with the Joneses, but
and Joe Gorga, you're not too far behind, Joe Gorga. You're just pretty, but you're not too far behind. With that being said, I think now with the Wendy Osefo over there and Eddie, they're trying to split it. So maybe it looks like he's gonna take the fall because who wants both parents to go away when they have 3 beautiful, still young children that need their parents
under 18?
So
yeah,
I'm sure they're strategizing, and it doesn't look good. And this is just me, little old me, looking from the outside in, and I'm gonna throw allegedly just for legal purposes or whatever. This is just me thinking it doesn't look good. They're being advised to do separate. Because I did read also when they found more things, Eddie Osefo wise, his lawyers or whatever, or where the prosecutors are presenting, so they want to dig deeper. I just feel they're gonna try to Eddie take all the fault and let him, and hopefully her charges are less or she gets dismissed. That's what I feel.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of lawyer he is, but boy, Just because you know the law or lack thereof doesn't mean that you should be playing games. Like I said, there is a stigma around Nigerians being scammers, being known for being scammers. Like you literally just played into the fucking
And
stigma.
to add the difference also to pinpoint and to make my point, Teresa, I don't feel she was that smart to know. No offense to Teresa, that's my favorite housewife of all time. Wendy,
4 degrees.
she knew. She was in it.
All I gotta say about Potomac is they need to like take a fucking break. Take a break. Bring back Miami. Bring back Real Housewives of Miami.
Well, speaking of word on the street, no Giselle, is that Miami is up in the bubble, floating up in the ethos with no plane in sight. Why? Because word on the street is that Bravo had to make a choice, money wise and such, of which show to produce and do right now, Roni or Miami. And we know, Andy loves his New York. So word on the street is they took that gamble with New York, and here we have New York, which went into production this week. And no word on Miami when supposedly Miami was supposed to pick up cameras in January.
So I have some intel about that I learned today. That's why I was late. Miami is not down for the count. Miami is not going anywhere. They're just putting it on ice right now because Andy feels that there is too much housewives going on. Ladies of London is coming on. They want people to be able to enjoy whatever is out there. Rhode Island is coming on. They want people to get familiar with the new people, with the new girls and new housewives, and give them a chance before they start jumping into the New Yorks or the Miamis. And as far as Miami goes, right now, and he blatantly said it, they don't really have a storyline, so they're giving them time to build a story. So don't count Miami out. It's not out. It's just sitting on ice.
No, I definitely didn't count Miami out, but it's just one of those things where Jersey is technically that term calls ice, and it's been years. So the same thing could be in Miami because Miami was on that ice.
But if you think about it, it's beneficial to be on ice sometimes because if we would have started watching Jersey right away, do you think that Melissa and Teresa would have made amends?
Yeah, absolutely. But absolutely, and we do want to see different and stuff. I just, as a fan of specific franchises, you know what I mean? You do want it back, but at this point, once a year start going by, it's like you become numb to it.
And Atlanta's coming back, so it's like we have 3 new housewife shows pulling up. We need.
Johanny,
yeah.
What? Speaking of Atlanta, because he got excited, Johanny, what did you think of the Atlanta Housewife trailer? I love that it came out while we were away on our birthday trips. It was like, ooh, look at this little gift. Because I love Atlanta. That's one of my favorites.
I am excited. I had stopped watching when Nene Leakes kind of left. So with the new season coming back, I said, let me give it a chance because they trying to draw her back in, and if you draw her back in, you draw me back in. Because y'all was sitting there talking about Potomac. And I'm just like, because it's just like it's so many. It's like you say, it's so many housewives. It's just like it's not like this is just baddies. We're just baddies, and then I'm picking from a bunch of baddies. Mm-hmm. No, this is housewives of de la tal aquí, allá. I just can't keep up with all them hoes, and it's a bunch of white people. And I'm sorry, not on Black History Month. Not on Black History Month.
Wait, Johnny, who's your favorite Atlanta housewife besides Nene?
I was gonna Candy, and I'm gonna stick with my motherfucking answer, Candy. And I say Candy because I think that she was the brains behind Escape, and low-key, she's also the brains behind the Atlanta Housewives. She's always very businessy, and I think that she has always been a secret weapon with them. She does have her catchphrases. She has her personality, And then I just think she fits well. And then her storylines to me are always organic. More money, more problems. And her
Yeah.
package is long.
Yup. I
Her
wish
package
she
is
was
long.
on because she's going through a lot with her like separation slash divorce. Funny you mentioned Candy. I'm gonna see her tomorrow because she has a show on Broadway
Oh,
right
you
now.
told me that.
Yup.
I'm
I'm so
jealous.
excited. I'm taking my boss and we're gonna go see her because she lived in Atlanta actually, but she loves Candy Burst too. We were listening to if I'm out in the club, don't think I'm not. That's my
I know,
song. I love
I
that
know
song.
that that's on my playlist.
When she tried to do her little pop thing, I remember that in the in like 2000,
Yep.
2001. I remember that, and that's how I like. That's how I kind of knew of her, but I also knew of her because of Escape, and
Mhm.
obviously my mom had like Escape, in the late '90s, like their greatest hits or something like that. And I was always a curious when it came to music and CDs and the booklets. I was
Yes.
always curious about looking, even if it wasn't mine and it was my parents. And
Mhm.
that's even in Puerto Rico. That's how I became into the Mariah Careys and the Boys to Men. Listen, I'm a pop girly, as they say, right? As they like to call a pop guy. But I've been exposed to a lot. Like my mind is open, so don't sleep on this little pop girly.
You're a pop lady now, not a
Right.
girl.
Oh
Right.
no!
Eres una doña ahora.
She's a woman.
Listen, the fact that people are calling me sir while I'm out like shopping, like these young men. Oh, sorry, sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir.
I would prefer sir over like sorry boss or like something like
Yeah, I hate buddy. I hate like
pal.
stuff like that, pal. Like, don't talk to me like that. I like when people they call me sir. Like I enjoy that. It's just a little proper.
Yeah, because you don't feel like a sir.
Well, because I'm not.
I like to be called miss. Don't call me ma'am. I'm not a ma'am. Call me, excuse me, miss. Like, yes.
Excuse me, miss. I wanted to go.
Yeah, exactly. Don't call me ma'am.
Listen, I was telling Johani earlier on in the show this fiery, and I have to call it fiery, and I don't even want to say that. First of all, we ain't even in Aries season, but like this new feeling as I'm entering this new decade and chapter in my life and how I'm feeling about things and my thoughts and what I want and don't want. I know you had your birthday trip. Johanny and myself was catching up. How was there any feelings and changes? I know we talked a little bit for you and entering your new birthday and your new year, and not only that, but on your actual day, there was a lot of celestial things going on.
Mm-hmm. It
New
was,
Year.
we shed the year of the snake, and now it's the year of the horse.
Mm-hmm. Cowboy.
On my actual birthday, the 17th of February. I feel like this year has came with a lot of like weight off my shoulders. My birthday, I went away. There were I don't want to say situations, but there were certain things that I felt like weren't in my cards, but I made the best out of it. And I'm proud of myself because, and not to toot my own horn, but to beep beep, there are ways that I could have reacted. I could have had it linger, and I didn't. I just made the best out of it because at the end of the day, my response is my responsibility. And anything I do and anything that I say, and not to mention, as I'm getting older, I don't feel this like stress or like this. I don't feel compelled to have to respond to people. I leave them where they are. Even after my birthday, like, we're in Mercury retrograde right now and it's hitting, bitch. It is hitting. There are people that I've like had to get rid of for many reasons, or like people that are kind of slowly trying to like, I don't want to say infiltrate, but try to be around. And it's like I receive it, but I also feel that I am trying to be kind of like focus on me rather than focus on people. Because that's what something that I feel we do a lot, Charlie and I. Whereas we're like wanting to pick the brain of someone and see where they're at. If you don't meet me where I'm at, then I'm sorry, you're gonna be let go. So that's it for me. So far, so good.
I agree with that.
It was a full moon on your birthday, so just so you know, because I'm very into
Yeah,
all of that. So it was a full moon on your birthday, so hence why it started off rocky, but you made the best of it.
I
It says
did.
it does say for the month of February that our signs, because it's Aquarius and Pisces, I know about both because February is my month. It pretty much said for us that it was gonna be rocky, but towards the beginning of March it will be fresh. And it's crazy that you say it's shedding a snake skin. As
Mhm.
soon as I got back from Puerto Rico, I wanted to have my Chinese food for my birthday because I wanted Chinese food in PR, but every
Yeah.
place I went to closed early. So I got my Chinese food here,
Listen,
and
I've been wanting to get Chinese food from Puerto Rico every time that I've been and never had the opportunity. Johnny, I'm saying it right now. The
I
next time
know a
we go,
place.
we're
I know
going.
a place.
we're gonna
I know
yeah,
a place near
because
San Juan. Going into San Juan.
Yeah.
I had Chinese food when I got here, and when I opened, I asked for 3 fortune cookies because I turned 29, and so it's all about the threes for me. And my favorite number is 7. My lucky numbers is 777. My twin siblings, they are my babies. The last babies I raised, their lucky numbers is 777. So I'm very big on the numbers. So I opened my little three things. One of them says shedding skin. The other one talks about like rocky start, and then the last one talked about just transformation. So it's the year of the horse, and we ride. And that's what I say. It was a full moon on your birthday. You collected so much energy, girl, and you
You
tossed
want to
that
know what's
shit
funny?
away.
Without giving too much information about my private life, honey. Right before my birthday, I was having a blast, meeting, hanging out, kicking it with someone. And then literally days after my birthday, it was just like a switch where I started feeling like, should I be wasting? Should I be doing this? Should I be even entertaining this? And it wasn't in a bad way. It was more so like, oh, wow, if I entertain this is what's going to happen later on. So,
Mm.
you know me, I cut dudes faster than barbers. So yeah, we're single like a dollar bill. We're ready to just focus on me. You know, when I'm single, I feel like I make the most money, and that's why I love being single. I'm not even gonna lie. And I flourish. But yeah, after with the horse, I was like, I need a different horse. I can't ride this horse no more. Bloop. Anyways,
My
That's
Declaration of
my
Independence will come on another day. With that being said, Pisces, we are flourishing because so we are flourishing and it's our season. And since we started doing this little segment here on our beautiful podcast, the Inner Circle podcast, we have not, the only sign that we have not done because we skipped it by mistake. Oops, my mind. Last year, but finally, we are doing it for us. Bringing you and Johan and seeing how our new friend of the show is a Pisces. I'm gonna let you do the honors on the first astrology circle for Pisces season.
yes, look, 2 against 1. Yum.
We're gonna water you, baby. We're gonna water you.
So I'm gonna give you some pretty much just some simple facts about Pisces and some characteristics, and you just pretty much tell me, like if they align with you. And that's the astrology circle. And yeah, make sure go in and tune in on all the other signs so you can find the information on your sign. But just to start with some facts, Pisces is the 12th and final sign from February 19th to March 20th. Our element being water. Our modalities are mutual, adaptable, and fluid, which it makes sense. Polarity, feminine, receptive energy. It's screaming it through the camera right now. Our modern ruler is Neptune. He's the ruler of dreams, intuition, illusion, and art. And then our traditional ruler is Jupiter, and his signifies expansion, wisdom, and faith. Our symbols are two swimming fish in opposite directions, representing duality in the pool between fantasy and reality. Yin, yang, yang. Y'all know what's up. That's us. We the originals. The natural ruler of the 12th house, the subconscious, karma, hidden matters, and endings. Our body association, which I agree with this, is feet and the lymphatic system. I care a lot about my feet, and I care a lot just about like specific areas when it comes to like breathing, sinuses, like I care. So I think that really does resonate with us. And then our birthstones are aquamarine and amethyst. Our color associations are sea green, lavender, soft blue. Our strengths are empathy, creativity, intuition, compassion, emotional depth. We are challenged by escapism, ideation, weak boundaries, and avoidance of conflict. Oh my God, reading me for
Yup.
books right now. Pisces energy is linked to music, film, poetry, healing, and spiritual practice, hence the pop diva over here. And then it closes the zodiac cycle, representing completion and surrender before rebirth into Aries. Pisces teaches you what to release. So trust and believe. That was a lot because we are a lot. So just know, appreciate your Pisces. It is also a known fact that most celebrities are Pisces. And you can research because we have a long, 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 long list. We control and dominate creativity. So,
And some of those celebrities, just to name a few, Rihanna, the late Catherine O'Hara, you will always be one of my favorite moms ever. I don't want to give too much because we have a little game, but my girl, Wanda Sykes, Cynthia Bailey, Justin Bieber, my man, Bad Bunny, Kesha, just to name a few, Erykah Badu, and the list goes on and on. Albert, is it Albert Einstein? Albert
I think
Einstein?
he is a Pisces. Yeah.
Yeah, Albert
yes,
Einstein.
yes.
Albert Einstein. Queen in the light. He wasn't that dreamy. So that's just to
You didn't
name
agree with
a
the light.
few.
That was Thomas Jefferson.
Edison, isn't it Edison?
Thomas
Edison.
something. Thomas.
What the hell
Albert Einstein was the Einstein. He was smart. He was like a
yeah, but what the hell did he invented?
Well,
I don't
MC squared. E equals MC squared. That formula.
I'm Mariah Carey.
Still, he did something famous.
All right.
Einstein invented the theory of relativity. E equals MC squared. When I think of MC squared, honey, I think of Mariah Carey's album. But
Hey, hello.
Here with that being said,
touch my body.
Amazing show with a fun little game. We did it the first time with Aquarius, and now I am going to put Johanny and Melanie to the test. With Are They a Pisces?
Oh boy.
Okay, so Melanie, you won the last one.
Johnny, you better win. You better
No.
Johanny,
It's just I don't be knowing these people. I'm so private. A Pisces is so in their world. I don't know how Charlie keeps up.
Then I must be a nosy bitch because I'll be knowing people's birthdays. Like
Okay,
I literally had a conversation yesterday with someone. They're like, "Yeah, my son's birthday is this." I said, "Okay, Cancer," and my other son is this. I said, "Okay, Leo."
Me and her, I told her, listen, for years that's one of our favorite things. Like, and what's your birthday? And figuring out the time. Oh, no wonder. That's one of our favorite things as BFF. So here we go, Johanny. You have competition. But you're a Pisces, so don't let me down either. And that's I'm caught in between a rock and a hard nail.
May the best bitch win. Let's
All
go.
right, let the best bitch win. Here we go. Are they a Pisces? First up, Theo. Y'all both can answer.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
and also you get an extra point if you name the correct astrology sign if they're not a Pisces, all right?
Okay.
But you both say yes, and that's a point for both of you.
Yeah.
I was surprised to find out.
His wife is the model. His wife is the model.
Ex-wife.
Oh,
Heidi Klum.
ex-wife. Kiss from a rose.
Damn, I'm still stuck on when they was married.
I love that song. Next up, Halle Bailey.
No.
Are they a Pisces?
No.
All right, John, you say no, Melanie?
The way she moves in her dating life, you would think, but I don't think she's a Pisces.
All right. Y'all both all right. Do any of y'all want to take a snap at what is her sign?
Taurus?
I was gonna say Sagittarius, but I might be way off.
All right, you're not too way off. She is a fire sign, but y'all wrong is an Aries, so no points there. She's coming up. She's coming up.
Oh, she need to stay where she at.
Yeah.
Next up, Daniel Craig, James Bond.
Ooh. No, I don't think he's a Pisces.
Johanny?
No, I don't think he's a Pisces, but I think he's a Leo.
He gives Scorpio vibes.
If I think his birth, I think it's him because he does.
I'm both wrong. He is a Pisces. I was surprised myself.
Shit.
Yep, he is a Pisces.
He's not James Bond, right?
Yeah, he is.
What James Bond was a Leo? There was a Leo James. Okay,
there's a lot of James Bond.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Next up, Cindy Crawford, supermodel of the world. Hi, Tyra.
I'm gonna say no.
Johanny.
Wow. I want to say yes so bad because she's Cindy Crawford.
Final answer? Yes.
Yes, final answer. Yes.
You got it.
I knew I had my girl because that's Cindy. She a Pisces.
Quick fun fact. In Puerto Rico, I guess she did cigarette ads or whatever. Like she smoked, I don't know if she did or whatever. But even though she was one of my young crushes. I knew her since Puerto Rico, and I just thought she was so beautiful. And I didn't know she was a Pisces, obviously, as a kid. I found out in my later years. No wonder. Oh, I love her. One of my first crushes, up there with Kelly Kapowski and Amy Jo Johnson, Kimberly on the Power Rangers. Anyways, next up, Brad Pitt. Are they a Pisces? And Melanie, no searching your phone.
I'm not. I'm actually like looking at our chat. I don't think he's a Pisces.
No, I don't think he's a Pisces because he's married. He was married to Angelina Jolie.
Oh, everybody said a Pisces can't handle that bitch. So y'all want to take a snap at what his sign may be if he's not a Pisces?
I want to say, I really, really, really want to say.
No peeking up to the side.
I think he's like a Leo or Gemini.
Yeah, I was gonna say right. He has to be something really fucking toxic.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. What sign? Just throw a sign, Johanny.
Gemini. I'm gonna stick to Gemini.
I'll say Leo.
Right. Y'all both wrong. Melanie, you're sort of right. Fire sign, Sagittarius.
Of course, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense.
I don't know.
Next up, King, formerly known as Prince Charles, now King.
He's been king.
Yeah.
Huh?
He's been king.
He's what?
He's always been king.
No, he was a prince. When his mother was alive, he was a Prince Charles.
Yeah, but she died how long ago? Like 2 or 3 years ago.
A few years ago, so he's now a king.
Fine. He's
Prince
a Pisces.
Yes.
He chose. He's a Pisces because he did Diana dirty for that ugly horse-looking lady. He's a Pisces. You guys have bad taste.
Take your rage bait somewhere else, sweetie. He's a Scorpio. Thank you.
The Pisces is somewhere in there. It's in there. The Pisces.
There's a moon or rising of Pisces in there.
All that and I hate, and he's a Scorpio. The most toxic.
I ride at dawn for my girl, Princess Diana.
I love Princess Diana too. I love my Cancer queen, but I don't know about Cancer men. Anywho,
no, we don't.
LeBron James.
Oh,
they are Pisces.
I don't like him, so I'm gonna hope that he's not.
No, I don't think so. I think he is I think he's an Aries. I think he's a little bit after March, if I'm not mistaken. Like
I think he's
Libra.
I think he's a
Melanie?
Taurus.
Well, you're not too far off, Melanie. He's an Earth sign, but not a Taurus.
He,
Capricorn.
so what? He's in.
Capricorn.
He's a Capricorn. January, December 29th.
Oh,
I
so
believe.
he's before. Well, damn. That means I do not be paying attention. I'm telling you, I don't know these people, but I know he's not a Pisces. I know that.
And last but not least, Haley Duff, sister of Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff. Yes.
I know Hillary Duff is a Cancer, right?
I'm not saying.
I'm talking about Hillary, not Haley.
No, I'm not saying though.
Oh,
I want to say yes.
She's a Pisces, I guess.
Yeah, I want to say very much so, yes.
Hillary Duff is a Libra. Hillary Duff is a Libra, and Haley Duff, I found this out recently, is a Pisces.
Yes.
Yes.
Johanny, you better have won this one. You won the game.
I lost on purpose.
It's okay. No, because now I'm going to start memorizing birthday.
It's what we do. It's what Melanie and I do for fun between us. We do it. We be like,
I think that is so cool, honestly. I think that is so cool. But I'm happy I won because I gotta do my Pisces right. Because Queen Latifah's a Pisces, and that's what that is my favorite Pisces of all time. From hair to skin to look to career. She is the definition of you would have thought I would have said Rihanna, but no, baby. Before there was Rihanna, there was Queen Latifah. And we got to give my girl her flowers. Yeah, she is my favorite. From creativity, if she was to do a hair care line, I would support her.
I love her hair.
I would support her before I support Beyonce. Because I refuse to buy sacred. I'm sorry. I'm not buying hair care products from somebody who wears wigs for a living. No. But Queen Latifah...
We are going to. This was a fun jam-packed show. Last week we brought you a short, little, sweet, simple show because me and Melody was just stuck and up like Cardi B. Speaking of Cardi B, before we go, did y'all hear? Like, I don't want to get too much into it, but did y'all hear this rumor that she threw a tantrum at SNL when she performed? Which I love this performance of Bodega Batting. I've been watching it like it's a music video, but supposedly, during rehearsals, there was a joke during the weekend anchor news section that they do at SNL, and there was a Nicki Minaj joke turning MAGA. Nothing to do with Cardi B, just turning MAGA, but Cardi B heard it and threw a tantrum backstage, busted TVs supposedly, because why were they bringing up Nicki Minaj? And listen, I get it. You don't want to look indirectly like, oh, I'm on this show and y'all throwing shots at her. I don't want the drama. So I get that whole thing. But did y'all hear about this, Johanny?
I did. So I've been watching the little TikToks, and I follow specifically Cardi B's page on Twitter. And every time she posts, my notifications go up. That's a celebrity that I do choose to follow. Ever since I found out, my queen's rapper, failed rapper now, Nicki, MAGA Queen. Since she came out as that, I've been following Cardi B because I want to, like her. I want to like Cardi B. She's a success story. I'm from the Bronx. She's from the Bronx. J-Lo from the Bronx. I want to see one of my Bronx girls win again. And so she posted like a little kind of just like sub or answering like, I hear the little stories and the little rumors. Girl, shut up. Where is your PR team? Fire them. I said it a few episodes ago. I think it was the 300 episode. I said it because we talked a little bit about Cardi B. Fire the PR team. Homegirl that's been working with her from the jump. Tell her to close her mouth. Yeah. Cardi B, if you watched in the podcast, which that's my hope, you watch it, please stop talking. Close it. We don't want to hear it. We don't need to know it. If you had a tantrum, let the rumors circulate because, girl, it's okay. You just gave birth. Your hormones is still all over the place. We're going to cut you the grace. We don't care about the extras. The concert has been sold out every tour, so up to every tour up to now so far. Yes, we are up next. New York and New Jersey is up next.
We're going
to crush it. Yeah, I'm going. I'm getting, even if it's nosebleed seats,
yeah,
I'm going to be right up in there because I know every time I know almost every Cardi B song. I know I'm gonna drop it low to the floor. I know we need to hurry up and like stop talking, but you know Cardi B is
But
like
don't do this to me along
and,
TV.
yeah, and you can't just once you get me started with her. I used to fake not like her because I just saw myself and I used to be like, that's me. Why can't I never just shut the fuck up and just act professional and not ruin my opportunity? But you know what? It pays to be you. She's just out there rubbing her shit and flying like an angel and cursing niggas out. I love it. She was like, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, just so she could see her crowd. So I live for it. But girl, so fucking what they mentioned, Nikki. Nikki's tired. She's played out. We don't give a fuck about her. If they put you and her in the same sentence, you're giving that girl publicity. Let it go. Let it fly. Fire the whole PR team. That's my opinion.
Melanie, what did you hear about this? And also to add today,
Stephon Diggs got released from the
the
Patriots.
Patriots. I see this one coming. Listen, I know some people are posting saying it was a good run and all that stuff, but he was problematic. And I seen
that. Like, if you follow sports, if you follow football, Stephon Diggs hasn't stayed consistent in a team for a long time. He got more, I want to say, playtime and more coverage because of Cardi B. Let's be fucking honest. Yeah, he did good and stuff, not good enough to win the fucking Super Bowl. As far as Cardi, I think that you saying for her to shut up is hilarious. I feel like that's what catapulted her into fandom and stardom, is her popping her shit and talking. So I love that she went out of her way to talk about it, because Nikki does things, she throws something and hides her hand. Cardi will tell you straight up if she did it or not. As far as her having a tantrum and stuff, I think is because people always want to associate Cardi with Nikki. Whatever Cardi does, they always want to like get a rise out of her and bring Nikki into the mix. Respect her wishes if she doesn't want Nikki to be mentioned. That's not fair. Nikki has shut
to break
down.
a TV though, girl.
I don't think she did. I don't think she went that far. If she did that, then blame it on the hormones. But I feel like a lot of people allow Nikki to do some fuck shit. But when Cardi says something or reacts, it's like tenfold because she's louder. That's not fair. So
but we know Nikki do the coke. Nikki do the allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Riley put the little movie out there.
With that being said, all in all, Stephon Diggs is having a bang up of a startup year, and Cardi B is winning.
You better get shit together. He got a lot of child support to pay.
Ooh. Another story for another day. And we are going to end it with our nope, not today. With that being said, Melanie, our queen of the castle, ladies first.
So my nope, not today for this week is war. Why are we in war? There is a war within ourselves. New York has the highest rate in rent right now. I am trying to get a new apartment and I fucking can't because the rent now is outrageous. Why are we focusing on war in Iran when we can be focusing on ourselves? The Cheeto in office needs to stop. And also, this message is for Iran. Assalamu alaikum. Please take out whatever you got to take out, not on New York. Go to 2400 Pennsylvania Avenue. It's a little white house. Do what you got to do over there. Do not bring that shit to New York, because over here, we like you guys and we are like down like Divine Brown. Don't bring that shit over here. Go to DC.
Texas or Florida?
Texas or Florida, not me. Not New York.
Johanny, what is your nope, not today?
So my nope, not today is giving people grace by association, which Iran, you better give us grace.
Give us grace.
Give us grace, but I am not giving grace to people who are by association because I'm tired of these bystanders. I'm really tired of these people just watching this Cheeto in office make these decisions and they not stand up. And you know what? Penalize the people in association. I'm sorry this is going to hurt y'all feelings, but if Beyonce, Jay-Z, Diddy, and all of them was on the MC files, I don't care if I don't get Act 3. lock them all up, and withdraw this government, throw it in the trash, recycle it. I don't know. Iran, just leave us alone, boo. We ain't got no time. Meet me at the Brooklyn Bridge so I can blow it up, okay? And that's it. I
You
don't got
want
time.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Okay.
My note today is about something that I thought to myself: fear of dying without living. And when I say that is, I am a person who loves to live life. After someone, I've said this before on the podcast, and when you lose someone very, very close to you, like a mother, the veil for me, anyways, opens, and I just want to live life, experience life, meet different people, and just make sense of life. With that being said, as everyone knows, I am a traveler. I've been around the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some great places that I love, and I would love to visit over and over again. But because I'm not a creature of habit and I want to expand my horizons, highly Celestine Lopez, I like to travel and experience new places. With that being said, my note not today is for the people that do the things over and over and over again. Go live life, experience life. Everything doesn't have to be a party. Hi, Adore Delano. Live life, experience cultures, learn cultures, visit the public, challenge yourself, hike a mountain. Everything doesn't have to be the same redundant thing because of habit and comfortability. And with that being said, my 40s and everything in every category in my life is not going to be that. This year, I am off to the races. Hi, Lana Del Rey. And you either keep up or you're going to be left in the dust. And that is my note not today. I thank you guys so much for this amazing show. We were back. Last week we were 20 minutes, and this show we fucking did it. Thank you to my best girlfriend, Johanny. Thank you so much. This was a dope show. Like, follow, subscribe, because this is where you want to be tuning in for the gaga, the fun, the laughs, and all the good stuff. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe, everything the Inner Circle podcast, and catch us every Wednesday live.